Welcome to the Get Fit Guys quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. Now, there's no doubt that going to the gym, which I personally do at least several times a week, is a great way to stay fit. Even if you have a home gym, which I also do, a health club offers a variety of equipment, classes, and other people to motivate you so that you just won't be able to replicate that at home. Plus, gyms often have perks such as childcare, a spa or a sauna, personal trainers, contests and competitions to keep you motivated, and other helpful ways to get you fitter faster. But there are hidden dangers at many health clubs that may actually be sabotaging your goals to stay fit or to lose fat. So in this episode, you'll learn what those hidden dangers are and how to avoid them. So let's start with the first and one of the most popular hidden dangers, and that is machines. In the article, How to Use Weightlifting Machines, which I'll link to over in the show notes at quickanddirtytips.com, I teach you how to use several popular machines at the gym. Unfortunately, just because an exercise machine is at a gym or health club does not mean it's safe. And while poor form on any machine can turn an otherwise safe move into a risky activity, there are some machines that should be completely avoided, even if you can do them with good form. In no particular order, the machines you should try to avoid at the gym include the machine side raise, the machine abductor, which is the one that you sit in and splay your legs out, the machine adductor, which is the one where you sit in and move your thighs together, cable pull downs behind your neck, seated abdominal rotation machines or ab machines in which you're sitting and rotating side to side, seated crunch machines, specifically the ones where you're reaching behind your head in a lying down position, crunching yourself up, and finally, Smith machine presses or Smith machine squats. Now, yes, I do have a reason that each of these is dangerous, and I've written about those. I have an article called The Top 7 Exercises to Avoid, and I'll link to it in the show notes so that you can read more details and alternatives to these machines if you're currently using them. Okay, number 2 is high-intensity weight training classes, and from body pump to CrossFit, high-intensity classes that combine cardio intervals and weight training seem to have taken the fitness world by storm. But there's a problem with these type of classes. Unless you're in very good shape, it can be extremely difficult to maintain good form, especially on the weight training part of the class, when you're completely winded from the cardio part. Time and time again, I've observed gym goers struggling to contort their neck, their shoulders, their backs, their knees, to follow the pace of the instructor or of the students around them, while at the same time putting themselves at serious risk of injury. So, either whip yourself into shape before beginning these type of classes by doing your own solo workouts that aren't under peer pressure or a barking instructor, or take part in a class that lets you move at your own pace and doesn't stress you out trying to keep up with everybody else. Number 3 is spinning. Now, some spinning classes involve a high number of squats, hovers, push-ups, gyrations, hip thrusts, and other ridiculous moves that are not meant to be performed while pedaling a bicycle. These can put your shoulders and knees at a very high risk of injury. No indoor cycling certification programs condone this type of activity, but these methods are still used by many certified instructors at many health clubs. So if your spinning class makes you feel as though you can't simply sit and pedal correctly for more than 15 or 30 or 60 seconds without having to flap your arms or jump up and down, you should find a new class. And I have an article along with a couple videos that show the type of spinning classes to avoid. I'll put a link to those in the show notes. Number 4, the smoothie bar. And believe it or not, just because a food is sold at a health club does not mean it's healthy. In a recent Get Fit Guy newsletter, I discussed how the average protein bar contains many unhealthy ingredients, including high fructose corn syrup, fractionated palm kernel oil, artificial sweeteners, wheat, rice, and other refined sugars, and high amounts of gut-wrenching sugar alcohols like xylitol and sorbitol and erythritol, which can be quite uncomfortable for your stomach in high amounts. Many of the smoothies prepared and sold at your gym and often advertised as Fruit Surprise or Berry Blast are made from sugar concentrates combined with highly processed protein powders and vegetable oils, and typically dumped into a 20 to 24 ounce cup that lets you suck down anywhere from 600 to 1,000 calories in just a few minutes. And I see this all the time. A dutiful gym goer slaves away on a treadmill for an hour, then grabs a smoothie on their way out the door that contains nearly twice the calories they actually burned during the actual workout. So if you do need to grab a smoothie, look for ones that are prepared with fresh fruit. If you need a protein bar, look for one with minimal ingredients like fruit and nuts. Or just get some raw nuts and seeds or some Rice Crisps. Use these type of foods as a quick snack to tide you over until you can get a real meal and not as staples in your fitness diet. Number 5 is locker rooms, and I must confess that this last reason was my inspiration to discuss this topic in the first place. Infections caused by a type of bacteria called MRSA, or antibiotic staphylococcus, are killing more people each year than AIDS, according to the Center for Disease Control. Unfortunately, I personally contracted MRSA from what I suspect was the dry sauna at my local gym. And for me, it resulted in a trip to the emergency room, minor surgery, and lots of antibiotics. Not fun. No matter how clean a gym's locker room may appear to be, it's very easy for these antibacterial resistant superbugs to become immune to chemicals that are used to clean such places. It only takes a small cut to allow bacteria under your skin. So when you're headed to the gym, make sure to thoroughly clean and disinfect any scrapes, cuts, or abrasions, and then keep them covered during your workout and after. In my case, I've always got a cut or a scrape or a bruise somewhere, but in this case, I had a slight scrape from a bicycling accident that turned into a major health issue from MRSA exposure. So take my advice and be careful. Now, this advice is not meant to scare you away from pursuing your goals to get fit or keep you from going to the gym. The benefits of joining a health club definitely outweigh any of the risks, but like any good thing in life, you do need to be careful, be smart, and be educated. By following the tips in this article, you can assure that your trip to the gym doesn't sabotage your fitness, your waistline, or your health. Now, if you have more questions about how the health club could be sabotaging your health, just visit facebook.com/getfitguy. And also, if you haven't yet been to Get Fit Guy to check out my new book and all the cool bonuses that come along with it, I hope you do soon. It teaches you exactly how to figure out your personal body type and then gives you a workout plan and a nutrition plan based on that body type so that you can get your ideal body. Workout programs that work for one person may not work for another person, which is why I wrote this book. So check it out at getfitguy.com. And until next time, this is the Get Fit Guy asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.